Welcome to Someone's Happy Hour. Today's October 5th, episode 43, and we've got an awesome show in store for you guys. Today, we're going to talk some social media in both personal and business and our overall thoughts. Thought it'd be appropriate with everything going on with Facebook, Instagram, and all that chaos the other day. We're following that up with our usual segments and then wrapping it up with our 5v5 of months. So that should be an interesting way to wrap it up.
I wonder whose job was that messed that up on their social medias or on their development teams.
Yeah, that'd be a tough
broke
day in the
everything.
office. Tough day in the office.
Try to push a new update and you break everything. But hey, I've been there before, so I feel for them. But yeah, no, it's funny to see now, especially with us, we're so used to social media being a part of our everyday lives, and then now we can see how we feel about it, dive into it, and talk about it in the work. So
Absolutely. But before we get into that, we'll get into our morning stand-up. So what do you got for this week?
Yeah, honestly, not much going on this week. Just been working a lot recently, and this past weekend was a lot of fun. Though we went to a CU Boulder Buffalo game, which was a lot of fun. Beautiful stadium. They got creamed by USC. They're probably worse in the pack at the moment, so that's always sweet. But it seems like no matter where I go, I'm just the college football negative for whatever team I'm going to support that week. So whoever I'm rooting for, Jason will let you know so you can make your bet wisely.
Yeah, exactly.
And but it was really pretty obviously really pretty campus, a beautiful stadium. The crowd was so much fun. It's like so different compared to like other, Illini or NIU or ISU games that I've been to. So that was a lot of fun. Other than that, tried to go to like apple orchard, apple picking, but it's funny because there's like not a lot of orchards around Colorado. Obviously it's like very dry and arid around here, and if there is an orchard that like have tickets, and it's all been sold out since
really it's a hot commodity.
Yeah, definitely. So but we were able to go to like a pumpkin patch, get a little pumpkin for it being the start of October, I guess. And then that's pretty much it, honestly. Just working, just the daily grind. I feel like a lot of people probably feel this too, but just really, really excited for the holidays to come up, and hopefully all this PTO and everyone can like calm down with all
Thank God that's around the corner.
All that's going on. So
yeah, I feel like that's probably a pretty common thing, like because obviously like once Thanksgiving hits, I feel like the year's close, like it's pretty close to over, because I mean if you think about it, you've really got Thanksgiving. December's kind of a wash, at least half of the month anyway, with the holidays. So it's like by the time you're hitting like November, it's like pretty nice. But leading up to it, like, I mean, there's not really anything in October. So people are just going to balls to the wall, get stuff done. And then it's like, we'll chill for the rest of the year. So this is, not maybe the best.
Yeah. What about you though? How's your week been?
Yeah, no, it was good. This weekend was absolutely wild in terms of just how much stuff Kyle and I did. So Friday we went to a brewery out here, which was fun. Then on Saturday, the main reason why he was spending the weekend here was we were going to go to the NIU alumni like Sox game on Sunday. And it was really nice. Got like a buffet before of like ballpark food, beers, all that stuff. So it was really nice. So we did that on Sunday. And then we realized that the NIU football homecoming game was on Saturday. So we're like, we're not doing anything. Might as well go. So we took the train out early Saturday morning to go to the NIU game, doing all the tailgate, all that fun stuff. It was great. Went to Fatty's. Then as we're doing that, decided with a few people, it's like, okay, like let's go out in the city tonight. And so not only were we doing like drinking all day, exhausted from being at like DeKalb all day, we head back to Chicago, which was always the plan. But we were originally probably just gonna like chill, maybe go to a bar and just chill, whatever. Instead, we got back here around 8 to my place, chilled for a little bit, like just to like mentally prepare ourselves. I think I literally like took a shower just to like wake up, like it's game time again, and then literally we went out to we just went to the one bar, but we were pre-gaming at my place with about 10 people, went out to a bar, and it was a whole ordeal. And we were up until like 4 a.m., which is like the latest I stayed up like in quite some time. So I was proud of myself for that. But it was a wild week, and then followed up by going to the Sox game the next day. So absolutely gassed on Sunday after that. But yeah, it was a fun weekend. A lot in there. A lot in there. But absolute craziness. But I'm excited for this next weekend because should be pretty chill. So
Yeah, those weekends are always fun though, and it's good to have a mix of both chill and amped.
oh yeah. And then frequent flyer, but I just found out literally a last minute trip again. I'll be headed to Minnesota Monday through Wednesday of next week. So back to what is it, land of 10,000 lakes. So that'll be exciting.
Nice, dude. I'll be in Minnesota on the Thursday night.
Wait, weren't you in, we've done this before where you like missed the flight. We like miss each other by like a day because I'm flying out Wednesday and you're flying the Thursday. And this almost happened when you went to
my cousin's wedding. Yeah.
Is this for Cody and Patrick's wedding?
Yeah.
Gotcha. When's is the wedding on Saturday or is it on
Saturday?
Damn. That sucks. Well, maybe no, I won't see you. I'll be home by Wednesday night. But yeah, that's what I've got to look forward to. I guess we'll both halves of this podcast will be in Minnesota next week. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, otherwise, not much else.
Yeah, no. Sounds like a pretty fun thing that you're going to Minnesota all this time. May as well just move there, huh?
I don't know. Let's not go that far. No, it's nice because this is the extent to which I have to get into which I go in person. So, I mean, when we think about it, I'm going to be fuck it. I'll be blunt. So, I mean, I've had this job now for like 3 months. I've been into the office in Illinois one time, like the suburb office. I've been in there one time. I've been into our Minnesota office. Let's see, this will be my 4th trip out there. I've gone 3 days apiece. So after this next week, I'll have gone to the Minnesota office like 12 days. But like, it makes you think, for those of you listening who have listened to the episodes of like, I originally was like, hey, I'd like to be in Denver. It makes you think like, oh, maybe I don't have to be in Illinois because the only time I go into the office is when I'm in Minnesota.
True.
So we'll see.
They're paying for that flight anyway. It's pretty cheap from Denver.
Yeah, so. I was gonna say it's
probably the same.
It's probably the
same. Not time-wise, but
I mean, I fuck that. I'll deal with that. But
it's only 2 hours though. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, that's like the flight it's only 2 hours because I would say the flight for me is like an hour and a half. So it's like not even. It's like negligible difference. Like so. And Denver's a huge airport, so it wouldn't make So that could be a whole episode itself, just going on about that. But who knows? Who knows what the future has in store? But so that's something I'll be going back for. But yeah, no interest in living out there. Not doing that. So if I'm stuck in the Midwest, I'll be
not
stuck.
As of yet, at least.
No. No. Don't even say that. If I'm stuck in the Midwest, I'm stuck in Chicago. To be very clear. To be very, very clear. That would be a non-negotiable for me. I do not want to move to Minnesota. So we will see. But yep, back in Minnesota next week. So we will see. It'll be good.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think we can dive into our main topic here, and then about our thoughts on social media and pretty much how it is interacting with work and what we see in like our social medias and pretty much all of that. But I guess just starting off would be like our general thoughts of social media as a whole, as a concept.
So I guess before we get too philosophical right from the get-go, how old were you when you first like had social media?
It's funny. I actually really remember this because I saw my older sister have a MySpace and I was like, I need a MySpace.
Yeah.
Like, it like, I can talk to my friends on here. This is crazy. So I probably got my MySpace around like 12 or 13 years old. And of course, covering it with stupid stuff. I don't know if those of you remember this, but like you could like make your background different on your profile. You could choose your top friends. You have profile songs. Like I loved it, dude. MySpace was like my favorite thing ever. Then I remember specifically going on vacation to Washington, D.C. and me and my stepbrother met these 2 girls at a campground. It wasn't like in the middle of the woods. It was like an actual like campground. There's like a cabins and stuff like that. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
secluded. And there's like a water park there and things like that. But like,
Mhm.
they mentioned, I mean, I heard of Facebook, but like I never really like cared or
They're
like
like-
knew how it operated or knew what it was. And they're like, oh no, like Facebook's all the rage. And I was like, and I like didn't understand it, but I was like, okay. So they made our Facebooks for us.
Mhm.
And like the only 3 friends I had was those 2 girls and Tom. I didn't even have my stepbrother yet. Like Tom, Tom's MySpace. So it was just those 2 girls. So yeah, for like the longest time. And I was like, why would I use this? You can't even have a profile song. I was like, that's the whole point I want. And I was like, Facebook's stupid. I'm just gonna use MySpace. And then throughout middle school, MySpace was pretty much it until high school. I want to say Facebook got very popular, which was around like 2009.
Yeah, so that I was gonna say that sounds about right based on my.
Oh, so I must have been pretty young when I met MySpace. I think, I don't know, but it was just funny because I just remember those 2 girls like bringing it up to us. They're like, you don't know what Facebook is? And I was like, I mean, I know what it is, but like, no, I don't have one.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, since I probably still have them as friends, but I probably don't.
That's so funny.
Never interacted with them.
Maybe they listen to the podcast. You never.
That's right. I'll reach out to them.
Yeah, that's hilarious. No, I actually never had MySpace. So my first introduction into social media was Facebook.
That's
and
funny.
I'm trying to remember. It was in oh god, what grade was I in?
Because you get IM in MySpace too, and that's why I loved it. Or no,
yeah,
was it Facebook? Oh my god, it seems like forever that IM wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
like there was a time where you couldn't just like hit hey what's up, and like a notification would pop up. It'd have to send as a message. You'd read the message, like emails to each other on Facebook or on MySpace.
Absolutely. So I'm actually like scrolling back on my Facebook right now to see if I can see what my first profile picture was. Oh, some of these are tough. I don't have that many. Dude, I look like a fucking child. 2012 was when I first got it. It's a picture of me and Carter, and I look like a little kid. I'll show Tyler as you can see the fucking. Oh wait, hang on. Let me see. I need to get my face. Dude, I literally look like a child.
Yeah, that's so funny,
dude.
So you were in
2012. I would have been
sophomore in high school.
I would have been 97, 2012. So I'd been 15.
Yeah. Well, what year did you graduate?
So that would be 2011 when I graduated. So that'd be like I just started high school, like just freshman year of high school.
You said in 2011 you graduated middle school.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to say 2011 I graduated high school. I was like, oh my God.
No, I graduated high school 2015, my guy.
You brainiac.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, losing my train of thought now. But no, so 2012, it looked like I downloaded Facebook. And I remember that being, I don't know, I just remember like for the longest time, I think it was like later in middle school was when it was starting to get popular. And I was like, I really wanted it. And it was one of those things where my parents were like super like, we don't want you to get Facebook yet, and I think part of it was I was the oldest sibling, so it's like they have no introduction into what social media is because Carter's had fucking like Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, all this stuff since like I don't even know how old he was, but like I didn't get it until like high school. So I got Facebook. I think I got Twitter around the same time. But yeah, that was like my very first introduction, and it was just so funny because like once you get it, you're like, I don't know. I'm sure there's some really funny posts if I were to like scroll back, but I remember you always did like the truth is, or you did the what are some of the other ones? Truth is the one that's top of mind for like I'm just thinking right now off the top of my head, but I can't. What were some of the other ones? Can you think of any? Like people would make posts and it's just ways to engage.
So hold on. Sorry. I actually found the day I started Facebook. It was June 28th, 2008.
2008. So you got it 4 years before. I think. So is there a way
I put my status as is just chillin' with no G at the end. So it's just chillin' with an N.
That's hilarious. Wait, so how did you like scroll back to figure out?
So there's this thing on Facebook you could do where it's the filter on your profile page.
Okay,
it's like it looks. There's like it's filter right when you just say post. It's like what's on your mind.
Like status.
There's like a filter. all you do is go to, and then like you have to go to like what year you think you started it.
Oh,
So
I
like
see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. You scroll. Wait, no, these are like trends. Wait. Oh, how do I don't even know how to fucking. Oh, filter.
yeah, there's like a filter
Is it like
button.
the same pages that hashtags?
Hashtags.
Like there's like this. I don't know if you can
I
see
have
that.
no clue what you're on.
Like, hang on. Let's see.
I don't think I have that. So
Uh,
you're on your profile, right? Like
Here now, I'll be on my profile. Hang on. This is great audio.
yeah,
Uh,
for you guys.
yeah.
So like you're
So,
looking at your profile and you scroll down to like status where you like go to
I see. I
post.
see. I see. I see. Okay. 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 I'm thinking it was. So I saw that was 2012. Done. Done. Okay. Let me just see if there's anything before that. I'm guessing that was like the first time I posted. Oh no! Wait. Oh, I know these are
I
like.
think if you could scroll back, it'll go back for you.
No, it looks like I got it May 21st, 2012. So I literally got it right before my birthday when I was 20 in 2012. But yeah, basically the same difference. It's like difference of a month. But yeah, no, it was so funny because I remember being like, oh my gosh, this is like you said, when the kids were like, oh, it's all the rage. Like it literally was like everyone's got it. And if you don't have it, like what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
it's just so funny because like now it's like I said, like Carter is 17 and he's had like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. Like,
I remember when Snapchat came out. Oh my god,
yes, wait, oh my
that's
God, when?
crazy.
So that
I
came
was in
out.
high school. I think I was a junior.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Like
want to say,
2012,
yeah, I was gonna say, I want to say that came out like early for me in high school.
or at least when I got it. Sorry, I
No,
don't
I
know
know. I
if
was
it
gonna say,
came
like,
out
I think I got like, my first like thing, like my
because
first
I was in
like,
high school. I was
yeah,
like,
oh, I
dude,
was,
this
I
is
was like,
crazy.
I had just started high school, and I remember when it first started, I was like, this is
Oh
the
man,
weirdest thing because why would you want an app that you're sending someone a picture and it
it
immediately goes
disappears.
away? Like,
Yeah,
this
I
is
was
the
like, that's
stupidest thing.
stupid.
And it's so funny because quickly again it just became everyone had it, and now I mean still this I mean sometimes I'm not great with it like in terms of like keeping the streaks alive or whatever, um but it's funny because like I mean it's still something I use. Like I probably use that more than like I use like Facebook. I honestly would say
Yeah, I don't think I use Facebook.
the only reason I would say I still am like, well, I don't know. I'd say like my use of Facebook grew in college because so many of the groups used Facebook. But then after college, like I've like barely used it. I feel like most of my posts are
Man.
just promoting the podcast to people who don't have Instagram or Twitter or anything.
Mine are
like
just
that.
pictures. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, or pictures. I think mine's like automatically linked to my Instagram. So like whenever you
yeah,
post something, it like shows up there too.
that's why they all went down
Yeah,
together.
exactly. Exactly. But yeah, no, it is interesting. I don't know. It's funny because like I think it's I don't know. I really like social media, but I think at sometimes I'm like, damn dude, I wonder what it'd feel like to just like log off of all
Just
of them
vibe.
and just chill. And like
Dude,
not,
I could tell you I'd be a whole lot more either A, productive or B, lazy. I can't decide because like I feel like sometimes it's like that sounds like a TikTok, but it's social media. It's like a reward when like I'm able to use social media or something
oh
like
yeah,
that,
because
or
it's like your
scroll
time
for
to
a
chill.
while.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then like other times it really does inhibit like distracting me, or
Oh
it
my
really
gosh.
does is the distraction for like me getting anything done or something like that. But
Mhm.
it's also like I feel like helped me out with a lot of like understanding of things, learning of things. Even like now, like I was just thinking about this. I was like, dang, I don't know what I would do if I didn't have my phone to prep for a podcast. Like,
Yeah. Everything we're doing, we're looking up in Google or like different ideas
or like things I've saved or things that I want to
yeah.
talk about, or like looking at my calendar, looking at my
Yeah. Yeah.
TikToks, tweets, what like
It's
it's
crazy.
it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Dependency has been created.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. It is. Yeah. It's one of those things that it's like it's nice to have, but I definitely think that there's times where I'm like, damn, dude, it'd be nice to disconnect. But the problem is, it's also like you want to be disconnected, but at the same time, like if you're not, then you feel like so uninformed. Like you feel like you won't know what's going on necessarily. Because
Yeah.
like for me, like I know we talked about this previously, but like for me, Twitter's like basically my like news source. Like I'm getting breaking news that way, or like there's like links to articles and things you can read like on Twitter. And like whether it be sports, entertainment, just things going on in the world, like that's where I'm seeing it versus like I'm not going in Safari all the time and like looking up like an online newspaper. Like that's not, I feel like most of the people are probably not getting their news that way anymore. So it's pretty interesting because there's almost
Yeah.
like this reliance on like you kind of need it, which I mean, to an extent, to like segue a little bit into the next thing we were talking about is like that's really kind of because it's become such a necessity, like you said, like something that like if you don't have it, like I don't know, I think it's there's always people. I feel like Instagram's now probably the number one social media in terms of like, wow, you don't have Instagram, like that'd be surprising. I think there are people who Twitter's not their
On
thing.
Iris, yeah.
Yeah, he does have it. He doesn't have Twitter. We're working there. We're working on it. But I feel like Twitter, there's more commonly like where they're like, oh, I don't have Twitter. I have it, but I never use it. But it's
Yeah.
interesting because like I feel like businesses leverage this because there's so many times where you're scrolling through and like they'll be you'll see like all these advertisements or influencers who are like making a shit ton of money just posting a picture with
Because
like a
like
product,
you
like,
had to look at a
hashtag ad.
picture than read a post.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like I know, like that's how I bought my Allbirds. Was I literally was scrolling through Instagram and I was like, oh shit, this looks cool. Clicked on it and I was like, okay, I do need shoes, so and I bought them. I think that was my first Instagram purchase, but it's things like that where, like I don't know, I'd be like, it's also super like cost effective for a company because social media is free at the end of the day. Anything you like, you could pay to promote it, but
Yeah.
otherwise, like, I don't know. It's also interesting because I feel like a lot, at least on Twitter, I don't think so much on like Instagram or the others, but it's pretty funny because I feel like some of these like companies will on like social media take on lives of their own. Like Wendy's is like notorious for just being absolutely hilarious on Twitter. Like they just absolutely like roast the
being a
shit out of
savage.
their competition. It's just so funny. So it's kind of interesting when you see people do that. And then
Yeah.
you see other companies are just like normal corporate.
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of companies now have realized the power of social media, and some of my favorites are like, yeah, Wendy's or like I know like Among Us video games, they reached out to other players and like they respond to a lot of their like players like fan art or like
Oh yeah.
clips or something like that. And Among Us has become so popular that there's a huge following, so like a lot of people it like spreads, so you can see like a lot of it going through, and then just like in business wise, like even you got responded to by like Lululemon on
Oh yeah,
like
that's right.
Twitter
That's right.
and stuff like that. It's just like there now becomes like these one-off like personal relationships with like you and that company just through social media, which like and like yeah, you may not be talking to the CEO, but like
It's
like
the next
someone
best
representing the company is talking to you about the, like your
Lululemon with a blue check mark. We'll always have that.
that's right.
We'll always have that conversation. No, what would you say? I think I know the answer. I think we had a 5v5 on this, so maybe it's a refresher, but what would you say is your favorite social media?
It's funny because I think it's gone back and forth now, but to be honest, dude, I don't like jump on Twitter anymore nowadays. I feel like sometimes I do, but like I feel like, and I don't know if this is sounds weird, but like I feel like there hasn't been really anything like groundbreaking other than today of like Instagram and Facebook going out or like or whatever that was.
Yeah,
But like other than that, like I guess I'm primarily on Instagram or TikTok. Like those are probably like my two most used.
TikTok is definitely climbing up there on the leaderboards. I would say for myself, hands down, Twitter is still far and away number one. Like spend the most time on reading stuff or catching up on stuff like sports, and obviously everything else is like very much on there. But other than that, I'd say it's all like the number two is probably TikTok. Like I'm not great with Instagram. I'd say that's definitely number three. But yeah, no, that it's pretty crazy because I would never have thought that this weird high school dancing app would be climbing up the leaderboards for me. But here it's number two, and
literally, it's taken.
Spend way too much time on it.
It is really nuts actually thinking about like TikTok success, but like I remember even like at times where I'd be on Twitter, like just looking at like the trending page and stuff like that and just like staying at, but I just feel like there's nothing that's like really grabbed my attention where I was like, oh, okay, like I'll look into it. But other than that, I'd probably say if I'm going to just jump on in between meetings, it's probably going to be TikTok.
Oh yeah. I would.
But if I'm gonna go down like a rabbit hole, it's probably gonna be Instagram and Twitter.
Are you a big Reddit person?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. See, I basically only use Reddit for illegally streaming sporting events. I've never really like used Reddit.
I use it for like the community boards. I'll look up like what's a good show to watch, or like what's a good video game, or like people's reactions to different Marvel theories, or like, or there's like cool places in the world you never know about, or like there's like these random threads on Reddit that like I'm not like a user. I don't even like I've never posted or commented on anything, but it's just like good to know is what I look at, or like how do I make my laptop perform better in gaming, and then like it tells you to like turn this off, turn this on, make sure you have like these graphic settings, and like okay, cool.
Oh yeah. Would you say that of the social medias, there's one that you, in your opinion, is like the best for business? Like if you as a business,
well, LinkedIn.
Well, okay, no. LinkedIn, obviously, like that. That's like for connecting. I mean, like if you were running a business, yeah, exactly. It's only business. No, but if you were in charge of like social media,
and then,
yeah.
Like
so you're in charge of social
company.
media. You're in charge of the social media at a company, and for whatever reason, you can only choose one platform. You choose TikTok?
Yeah, dude. I literally just found, and it's funny that you say this now, that there's these new seltzers that this like dad and son, they like have like this dad's like a bartenderish guy. I don't know, it's not his job, but like he has a TikTok where he like creates different drinks, so they review seltzers. And he had his son, which is usually the one filming, try this seltzer that's like an Asian flavored seltzer, like Asian pear, and I can't name you the other flavors at the moment, but I literally went to their page on TikTok and they started it, and like they have a voting system, the links all on TikTok, and then like they're making different videos that are like actually like appealing to our generation. So I'm like, damn, dude, are they in Denver yet? And it like makes me check, and I'm like, oh, they're not in Denver. And like, oh, I'm gonna vote for Denver. And it's like literally right there.
But
it's
they're
like
just engaging
prospect customer that like they've literally only been in the Bay and Los Angeles, I think, area. So like just California and the West Coast.
Crazy.
That's only been. And I've never even heard of them before TikTok.
That is true. I would say there's definitely been businesses that I've like come across in TikTok that I like literally would have otherwise no business. Like it's not like I follow them on Instagram or follow anyone like them on Instagram or on Twitter unless it's like a viral tweet or something. Like there's not.
Yeah,
like,
I don't really follow a lot of influencers.
Yeah, exactly.
Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I think TikTok does it well where like if there's someone really popular on TikTok, you don't have to be following them, but they'll appear.
But they'll appear, yeah. It's like it's kind of nice. Like I guess
you could go to the explore page on Twitter and Instagram.
But it's kind of nice because like with TikTok more so than like Twitter, I guess, or Twitter or Instagram really, because Instagram you're only seeing who you follow. On Twitter, I guess it's a little bit more broad because you're seeing who you follow, and then in some cases. Some things that people they like, comments, or if there's like someone related,
they receive the reply.
Yeah, or sometimes it's like a promoted tweet, or sometimes there's things like, oh, because you like or follow this person, you're seeing this tweet. Like that happens on occasion.
Yeah.
But like TikTok's nice because like every once in a while you'll scroll through your For You page and it'll be people that you follow like a decent amount of time, and like there's an algorithm obviously they have, so you're seeing a lot of like at least a specific type of video, like or a few different maybe genres of videos. But it's very interesting because like it can definitely be something where you're scrolling through and like I'd say, I don't know, probably at least 80% of the videos I see on TikTok a day are probably not from people I follow. It's just me scrolling through.
Yeah. Oh, probably
even more.
Yeah. I don't really follow a lot of people on TikTok, so that's probably a reason why too. But like, I know their videos do appear more, but like,
it's like
barely.
Like I there's quite a few people I follow on TikTok. Like I might follow like 100 or some odd people. Like somewhere I completely like he'll say like you follow this person. Like why do I follow this person? So it must have been like a spur of the moment like follow. But but it was one of those. It's funny because like even though I follow that many, there's so many times where I'll scroll through and I don't follow like it'll just be some random person like that's hilarious, and it's not someone I follow. Or it's funny because sometimes
it's not someone I want to follow. It's just hilarious.
Exactly. Or it's funny too because like when you'll be scrolling through, you might like a video and then all of a sudden like maybe the next day or something you see that person's video again, even though you didn't follow them. Like it's just part of the way it works. So it is very interesting. It's funny because I wouldn't have chose TikTok in terms of like if I was a business. I was leaning toward Instagram, but I think for that reason, like TikTok is probably the one where you can get the most eyeballs in the shortest amount of time.
Yeah, literally. And like honestly, with like our generation and below, I feel like if you have something funny or like you can put more of like your creative twist on it, or you can be like, how do I say this? You could be like more put yourself out there. You can like be more goofy or be more in like into the TikTok or something like
Uh,
that. The more eyes are going to see it, the more likes, the more like, oh, this company's hilarious, or like, oh, this product looks so funny or looks so fun. I want to try it just
oh
because
yeah,
like you're goofy in the video with it.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
hundred
just like
percent, 100%.
I feel like Instagram is good, definitely, but like I feel like it's mostly for like gym supplements or like gym clothing, and people are like acting very serious or something like that. So
Yeah, no, absolutely. So going back a little bit, so we're talking a little bit about business. Going back a little bit to personal use. Another kind of question I'm curious on is: were you very like obviously one of the things that I feel like is notorious for when you're going through business classes or even like in other classes where there's talking about like social media for whatever reason, like the biggest thing that they always talk to in class is like make sure you're like thinking twice before you post and all that stuff. Like is that something where
yeah.
pre corporate life were you very self-conscious about this, or was this something that you were like
See,
not too worried about?
yeah, I actually have some thoughts on this, and I'm wondering if you feel the same. But I've always never really posted anything like terrible, at least that I hope, or I hope I didn't offend anyone on my postings in the past or now of like pictures or statuses or whatever. So I've always known that like they've said be careful what like pictures you post because it's on the internet and that's on there forever. So I've never,
Yeah,
posted like drinking underage, or never posted like drug use, or like, I've never done anything like that with
yeah,
like posting. So like, and I think most people abide by that. But in the same vein of like, I think you should be wary of what you do post. I feel like jobs should not go off your social medias to
oh yeah, not a
like
chance.
judge you or interview you. Cause like, I get it. There is a point like you want to know who your person is outside of work. You should get that in the interview. And like, regardless or
Mhm.
not of like if they're goofy or if they spend all night at a rave or if they're
Well,
up early
people
fishing every
are
morning, like it
people are
doesn't
naturally
matter.
different in a work environment. Like, and anyone is like this. Like, if you
Yeah.
like you can even talk about like your managers, your people you've worked with, like higher ups, like anyone. When they're even in their just like a happy hour setting is different than when they're in like regular work day, and it's just and obviously even beyond that is just to the next degree of that. But it's
Yeah.
like
I feel like unless you're talking about the job, like confidential information, you're talking bad about people at
yeah,
work, or honestly, if you're cyberbullying, then like, okay, yeah,
that
you're
could be
you're
like
right.
yeah,
But like,
exactly.
if there's like any indications of those, then like, yeah, like I'm sorry, it's like a thin line. Like I get it, you have your own privacy, but like as long as you're not hurting another person or releasing information of the company, I don't care. Like
Yeah,
what
I would
like
agree.
even if I was hiring someone and I saw they had a beer in their hand and they're 18, I'd be like,
I
okay,
wouldn't.
that's not that smart, but I'm not going to judge them on that. Like
Yeah,
if our
exactly.
interviews go well, they pass all like the assessments, like whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Because like, no, I completely agree. I think that's
Because
like
like if
the
you think back to like your life too, like are
yeah,
you like
exactly.
have
It's
you
like you
done
think
some of these
about
things that like you just may not have posted because social media wasn't there yet? Like
exactly, and I think, and that's actually what'll be interesting is like to see how much this is pushed upon people as like the people like as people our age
be
who
the
like we
people.
the people. I just feel like I'm saying the fucking Declaration of Independence or whatever. Um, but as like our age demographic becomes in those positions where we're the ones hiring people and we grew up with social media, it's like, well, we understand when I was like
A more lenient view.
18. Yeah, you're a little bit more lenient with how things are being portrayed. But yeah, I mean, obviously there were the few non-negotiables you said where that appears like that'd be a problem. But otherwise, I would completely agree that like I don't know. Like I'm of the mindset where yeah, it's a very much like you have your personal and then you have your work. Like if my work was basing my corporate life off of my Twitter account, like they'd think I'd be going in there saying like screw Coach Hammock from like NIU like all the time. They'd be like, this man's crazy. He's tweeting at coaches all the time. Like why is he doing this with his life? like go like over the top, like just tweeting weird stuff. I don't know, but like it's not like I'm tweeting anything like, at least from my opinion, I'm not tweeting anything like terrible. I'm not like, I wouldn't say I wasn't gonna say I'm not bullying anyone, but I am kind of harsh on some of the coaches. But I will say I tweeted an apology. I'm Team NIU again today. As of today, I feel like I've been a little too harsh, but anyways, I feel like it's definitely something where like you just, it's just naturally different when you're in a corporate setting versus the personal. And not to mention the fact that, like you said, if you're curious what someone's like in a personal setting, like that's literally why you interview them. Because if you weren't taking that into account, then you literally should just read an application and be like, oh, you meet all the requirements and come join our team. Otherwise, it's like the whole point of the personal is to see how much they gel with the team and react to like live like questions and things like that. Like that's what is important. It doesn't matter. I mean, again, unless they're tweeting like obscenities and like just crazy shit on their social medias, like then you might have some red flags. But otherwise, like there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, but see, then like I can also see the thing, like I'm not gonna not look up my person on social media, so it's like regardless of the fact, I'm still gonna like probably look you up. Like,
oh yeah,
if you have social media and like you put like you have your LinkedIn, you have whatever, like I'm probably gonna look at it, and like that's just how it is. But I hope people are thinking about what they want online because it is permanent. But regardless of that, like you shouldn't be judged unless it's like something out of the ordinary or hurtful.
Yeah. It's funny because it's like one of those things where like when I don't know, when I think about like things I've tweeted or things I tweet, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if worse comes to worse, say I show up to work on Monday and they're like, yo, what is this? Like, is it something that I can actually like rationalize? Or is it something that I can be like, oh no, this is like where my thought was behind this. Like maybe it was a little like out of pocket a little, but it was something that like, this is why I was saying it. Like I was really into the game I was watching, or I'm really passionate about this subject and I feel very strongly that this is the case. Like whatever it is, I think as long as it's something that you feel like you can truly rationalize, and if it were to come up, then you're fine, honestly. Or like it's funny because I think obviously we talk very candidly on here, but it's similar in the fact that like we talk about people looking at social media. Is like I wouldn't be shocked if there's people who I work with maybe even currently, who've searched me on social media and like I plug the podcast in the bio for Twitter and Instagram. Like they probably know that I have a podcast, and I'm not saying that they're not, I'm sure, avid listeners, but it's one of those things where they're probably aware and maybe they've watched a video or two, but it's something where like I feel like even what we say on here, like we say it in a way where we're being very candid, but we're also like not saying anything where like we're both in very great spots with our careers and having great opportunities with our jobs. We're just talking about how it is. And I think a lot of what it comes down to is like at the end of the day, even if I say like, dude, HR can be a pain, like people will be able to relate to that. Even if it's like someone who you work with, like they can understand like where you're coming from on certain things. Yeah, exactly.
Stress and everything like that. Like it's normal. Like, we're not like giving away company secrets. It's not like we're not like saying, we hate our jobs or anything like that. It's just mostly venting.
Yeah, exactly. It's therapeutic. But no, it's I don't know. I think that's where it's funny because I'm like, if like someone like a coworker was to come up to me and be like, yo, I heard your last episode, I'd be like, at first catch me off guard because I was like, thanks for listening. But it's one of those things where like, okay, cool. Like if anything, I would like, if I had a coworker who was doing something like this, I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like you do that outside of work. Like that's a cool thing that I'm not saying I'd be an avid listener maybe, but I'm saying like, maybe I listen to an episode and see what I think. So I don't know. It's just interesting. That's another aspect where we're kind of playing in that field a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of our last topics here, since we've been talking about a lot of jobs and then interacting with social media, a lot of companies do have social media teams now. And I guess I'm just wondering, like, I know my thoughts now, but like, do you think that necessary to have a social media team, or is it like that much work to upkeep your social media image or anything like that?
So I would say it absolutely is a lot of work. And I'm saying this from literally like, just like when we're running our like social media accounts. Like this isn't even like a company, and we have nobody saying you need X amount of posts out each day, or you need to promote or engage digital. But it's still like, even just with us, like putting out the amount of videos we've done, whether it be on YouTube, you'll notice our TikTok account has been lacking lately because we're just so caught up with shit. But like, we have our YouTube, we got our Twitter, we got our Instagram. Like, you want to be able to engage with people and things like that. And it's so like, I mean, we pushed this episode back by a day because of work. Like, we got caught up with work. We were both working late last night. Like, shit comes up. So it's one of those things where I absolutely think it is a full-time, like you need like a dedicated team of people, because not only are these people churning out content, but they're making sure it's engaging in a certain way. And it's something that like when the fact that Wendy's comes top of mind when you think of like funny Twitter accounts for companies is not an accident. Like, they chose to go that way. And if they didn't have a dedicated team of people doing that, like, they would not be associated with that. So I firmly believe that, like, just from our experience, dude, like social media, like if there's anyone out there who wants to like work on our social media, you are by all means hired.
It's happy our social media team.
But it's a lot of work. It takes up a lot of time.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's pretty much what I was going for, but just
right.
if you felt
I just answered your entire question.
No, that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that about covers our in-depth dive into social media and our
everything and anything about social media. Yeah.
You got to understand where we're coming from and how we've grown up with it, and then how we feel about it in the workplace. So
exactly. Out of curiosity, or no, actually, well, no, you already answered this. You said you use TikTok. I was gonna ask what was your most used TikTok or most used. Jesus Christ, it's late. It's not late. It's 7:50. I was gonna ask what your most used social media like during the workday is, but you said TikTok.
Yeah, just like intermittently.
Well, obviously intermittently. We're not doing that all day. We're all about the job for all those coworkers.
That's listening.
Right. But I'm probably like, I don't know, I'm probably like 50-50. I'm like, as I've made it abundantly clear, like an avid Twitter user. So I don't know. But anyways, sorry, enough social media. We can get into our deep dive. What do you have for this week?
Definitely. So I didn't really have a good grasp on anything that I could come up with right away. So I pretty much Googled interesting facts, and I came across this one that really kind of like made my jaw drop, and Jason heard me.
I know. I'm like pumped to hear this because Tyler's reaction, live reaction,
not that cool.
He's like, oh my god,
it's cool to me, but I guess maybe I'd be cooler. But it's it goes. Did you know that your body loses up to 8% of water on a flight? So
really,
water is like our body's like mechanical oil. Without it, you can't function. You lose about 8% of your body water while in flight. This is because of the humidity in a climate-controlled environment can be as low as 10 to 15%.
How much?
So it has to do with like, what's up?
How much weight is that? Does it say?
I don't know.
I'm just curious because
how much weight it would be.
Yeah, I guess it does.
I guess not because water is water. But
yeah, but no, I guess the reason I asked because I was curious is like, damn, dude, you could just be like, fuck working out, dude. I'm just gonna fly all over the world, just keep fucking doing this, and then I'm come back down and be like, here we go.
Yeah, because like your body's like what 77% or something like that.
Yeah, 70 something. I don't know.
77% body water.
That's
77% of water is your body.
Damn. Wait,
77% of your body is water. Jesus, dude. Why was it so
what were you saying? Isn't that what you said?
Just about everything in between. But
77% of your water is your body.
That's right. 70% of the Earth's water is your body, by the way. Sounds like a bad your mom joke or something like that.
77% of the water is your mom's body. Boom, roasted.
But yeah, so that's an interesting fact for you.
God.
Take
that's
that
crazy.
knowledge and do what you will with it.
That's crazy. Making all these flights to Minnesota seem worth it. I'm losing weight.
I mean, you probably gain it when you come back down.
Well, thanks, dude. Don't say that part.
No, I am coming down.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Okay, my deep dive. So I saw that you've watched Game of Thrones, right?
Only the first six
Only a few.
seasons.
Okay. So I'm not gonna give any like spoilers or anything, but like, so for those of you
No, it's
Game of
okay.
Thrones fans out there, there's a new Game of Thrones. I think it's a prequel show called House of Dragons coming out, and I saw the trailer today, and it looked phenomenal. So I'm like all the way back in on Game of Thrones. I'm gonna watch it. I'm super excited. So I was curious. I was like, oh, let me look up some cool things about Game of Thrones. So there's a few facts, but then the last one like blew my mind. So let's see. What were some of the cool ones? So there were 19.3 million people who just watched the series finale, which, as you probably heard, maybe not the best reviews. I think it gets shit on too much, but that's pretty insane. And it also said that the reported number of times that the Game of Thrones season 8 premiere was pirated was 54 million times. I have no idea how they found this, but like that's really insane. That's insane. And then the last two facts I'll have, one being, I guess, yeah, it's the last two facts on this page. The average amount of the 5 stars of Game of Thrones, like, so that'd be, for those of you who know these actors, Kit Harington, Emilia Clarke, Peter Dinklage, Lena Headey, and Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who plays, oh God, it's been so long, Cersei's brother, can't think of his name off the top of my head, in season 8 per episode reportedly earned $1.2 million. It's like, that's pretty crazy. Like, that's like at the end of Friends level. Like, they're making 1 million per episode. I know Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis was just announced as making 1 million per episode starting in season 3. But it's like big name stuff, so it's pretty crazy. And that's for five people. I'm sure there's people below them that make close to that. But yeah, are you ready for the wild fact?
Let's hear it.
The estimated amount that businesses will lose, or I guess in this past tense, lost in productivity the day after the Game of Thrones finale was $3.3 billion.
That's honestly hilarious.
Like, the amount that businesses lost in productivity the day after the finale was in the billions. That's crazy.
Yeah. The effect that it has on everyone. It's like the World Cup.
Yeah, it's like when you watch I am a firm believer that the day after the Super Bowl should be a holiday. And like, this is why, because everyone's watching it. So it's like the day after, everyone's gonna be coming into work like, fuck this, dude. So it's like, if you gave us the Monday off after, everyone would be able to like have a good time on Sunday night like they were going to anyway, and not do anything on Monday because dude.
It's rough, dude.
Firm believer.
But yeah, that is crazy. Measuring productivity. Business in there.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts. Yeah, no, I was able to throw in some I know that was really the thing that like I was like, okay, Game of Thrones could be a good one. Let's see what they got out there. And then I saw that bullet and I was like, yes, 100%.
Nice. Well, then we can move on to our 4 p.m. meeting of the week. What do you got lined up?
Unfortunately they're all kind of common thread. So I have been spending over the last couple of days way too much time talking to customer support lines for various companies. So quickly, I'll name the ones that have just been more of an inconvenience, and then I'll end it with the one that's a really pain in the ass. So DoorDash has messed up my order multiple times over the last few times. Oh, it's pissed me off.
I've just been getting canceled.
Yeah,
like, I'll be waiting like 3 hours, and then I'm just like,
dude, this happened to me.
We're not ordering you. I'm like, dude, come on.
This happened to me yesterday. Yesterday, Monday Night Football. So I ordered. No, I lied. This happened Sunday night because I got B-dubs for Sunday night because I was like, oh, I want to have some wings, watch the football game. Like, it's gonna be great. I've been gassed from the whole week. This is gonna be awesome. So I order it. It's gonna be here in an hour. Fine, totally cool with that. Literally 50 minutes later, order canceled. I was like, bro, if it's gonna get canceled, like, tell me right away. So I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I'll just like, whatever, I'll reorder it. And
I do it through like a different app to try to see if that works. And I still cancel some like Uber Eats too.
See, so I reordered it.
It was
and
weird.
It worked the second time. But the thing that was weird was the first time, about 50 minutes in, not only did it cancel, but my DoorDash driver like called me. Is like, did you pick up your order? And I was like, no. Like, I chose delivery. Like, I don't know what you mean. You're my driver. Like, no, I did not pick up my order. And they're like, oh, okay, I'm going to go check with them. And then shortly after they canceled the order, I was like, well, that's fucking shady. But I got my money back, and I ended up getting free B-dubs. and I got an additional like credit, so it was like pretty nice. So I got free Chipotle today for lunch. But anyways, so I was talking with them, and then I sold my car to my brother. And unfortunately, because of COVID, there was some stupid shit you got to deal with the title that was never taken care of when I refinanced my car at the beginning of like around mid COVID. So I'm talking to two separate like auto loan places, that one that I closed out a loan with and one that I currently have one open with. And it's just such a fucking pain. And it might turn out that I have to go to the DMV. So that sucks. Oh, yeah. And I don't even have a car. Like, that's what's so fucking stupid about it. So that's the second thing. I was talking to multiple of those. Third, I had to deal with a rental car thing since I'm going to Minnesota and getting my account set up. So that was a pain in the ass. And then last, but certainly not least, and hands down the most annoying, is so for all of you listening who may be video game fans, you're aware that PS5s are all the rage. Everyone wants these PS5s. They're very hard to come by. Well, back in like August 12th ish, I actually know it's August 12th because I looked at the order, but August 12th, I was able to finally get one through Walmart. And one of the things that I saw, I think Gavin sent it to me, was that there's all these things about Walmart and other companies canceling their PS5 orders without notice. And I literally reached out to support like maybe 5 or 6 times leading up to my day of delivery, which was supposed to be today. And I reach out to them all the time, be like, hey, is everything still on track? Everything's still on track? Yeah, it's all good to go. I reach out on Sunday because I was told in a previous support chat that it would be shipped out on Sunday. Lo and behold, finally the person on Sunday is like, yeah, that ain't happening. It's not shipping today, so it'll be delayed. And it literally right now says delayed, stay posted for updates. So I honestly don't even know if I'm going to be getting a PS5. And at this point, fuck Walmart, because that's some BS. So I am quite pissed. And customer service, like, I don't know. I literally like gave that man a 1-star. Like, it's not even his fault. I know. I kind of read it on Walmart. It wasn't him. I didn't know I was rating him. I thought I was rating Walmart. So to be fair, they're like, oh, we're going to give him your feedback. And I was like, oh shit, don't give him the feedback. I'm like, I'm telling you guys, you fucking suck. But
yeah, I feel like that's how it normally is for like customer service.
Yeah, so it's not going to be fun. And the search for the PS5 likely continues. So that fucking sucks. But yeah, that was a mouthful. But at the end of the day, customer support, pain in the ass. Everyone hates being on those. I literally was memorizing the whole songs. Like, it was terrible. But how about you? Hopefully not this bad, but 4 p.m. meeting of the week.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't had that much problems with, I guess, outside of work. It's mostly been honestly in work, just dealing with a lot of things. As a lot of you probably have the same problems each week, but I feel like this week in particular, it happens when I finish a lot of like big projects that I've had. It's like 2 or 3 really big things that I've had to do for like the past like month or two. Finishing those up like should, in theory, free up my schedule to like either take on more or take on next steps. Mm-hmm. Finishing these 3 things has like now caused like a ripple effect to where not like, I'm not saying like I'm like known as like the go-to guy, but like people are like almost like assuming that I know more about these projects than I do. So now it's like, oh, what about this and this? And what about this and this? So like these nonstop onslaught of requests just keep coming into my inbox every day. And like, it's fun to work. And like, there's not like by any means, like, it's like, oh man, like, please, like, this is not my job. Like, don't reach out to me. Like, it is. And like, it is like very interesting to do, but like, it's getting to the point where like, I'm starting to like juggle between the presentations that I do, the analysis that I perform, and then all these requests to like, you know, these ad hoc things that like people like want to see. And I would say it's really affecting like the presentation parts because I'm spending all my time trying to fill out these requests. And like, I understand there's some priority that you should have when it comes to your job, but I feel like when it comes to these 3 big projects that I'm on, like these are like my biggest priorities, and like requests relating to these should be like my priority when it comes to it. And then, so it just has been like affecting like the way I'm presenting because I feel like I'm all over the place. when they ask me a question,
though.
like mixing up like the projects or requests from different people, or they'll like bring up their request while I'm presenting and they'll be like, hey, what was this number for this? And it's like, okay, dude, hold on. Like, give me a second here.
Classic.
So it's like, I just feel like this week in particular, it's been, and like this isn't like my worst 4 p.m. meeting of the week for like these episodes, but this is just something that like has been going through. Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm sure a lot of us have felt this before of like being pulled in many different ways. So it's just like, I just cannot wait for the weekend. So
true that.
It's only Tuesday.
Theme of the fucking, yeah, dude, it's only Tuesday. Actually, that's really sad because I definitely thought today was Wednesday.
Me
like
too.
I'm just realizing that now, like as we're recording, I was like, damn, dude, halfway through the week. That's a fucking lie. It's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Fuck. By the time people listen to this, it'll be Wednesday at least, but that's way in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Here we go. Comedic report. Mood booster. What do you got?
Yeah, we're switching it up. Okay, yeah. So I have 2 things here. One is like this Drake TikTok. Big fascination with Drake over here, but like there's been a lot of these like trends recently of like making fun of like Drake's the type of guy that like does this. I mean, there used to be a Twitter or tweets that were trending like that, where Drake's the type of person, and I think it's followed its way back to TikTok. But it's basically just a guy standing in a room, but it says Drake the type of dude who mid-conversation, whilst laughing with his friends, looks around at all of them and says, I needed this. And that cracked me up because I was like, that is like exactly, I needed this. And I just like pictures in my mind and I just crack up laughing every time I think of that.
That's good.
And then my second one is also another TikTok, and it's this classic like Minnesotan Wisconsin accent, Canadian maybe even, but like classic north Midwest accent. Because like just being at that wedding for my cousin, my aunt literally sounds exactly like this girl. Like her I think she's just doing like an impression or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I literally, if I closed my eyes and like you told me to distinguish between the two of them, I could not tell because my aunt lives in northern Wisconsin. And it literally cracks me up. I sent it to my twin, Rachel, and she's like, oh, my God, that girl sounds like Aunt Charlotte. And I'm like, I know, right? Here, I'll just play you.
Man, I don't care how beautiful a woman is. Once I hear that accent, I'm out of there. Oh, for cute.
Dude, literally, it sounds exactly like my aunt. I'm like, I literally die. And like, it's so funny because she like kills that accent. I don't think it's a real one. I'm trying to find like
that's really good.
A normal TikTok of her speaking, but I was like, damn, dude.
If that's not her accent, that was a good ass impression.
And dude, those accents always crack me up. I love that accent.
Oh yeah. So for my end, first off, I'll give one that was submitted to us from Gavin. So it's 3 pictures. It's a plane at the tarmac, a plane taking off, and then I'll explain the last one. So the first one with the plane on tarmac says, my email is well written, reviewed, and ready to be sent. Like it's on the runway about to take off. The next one, the email is sent. The plane is in the air. And then the last one is one of those stairs that's just stranded with a bunch of people on it. It says attached file. And I thought that is so relatable because how many times do you send an email? You're like, oh, read through this a bunch of times, really good to go. Hit send. And you're like, fuck, I forgot the attachment.
Oh, yeah, dude. That was like me on my first day or first like month of the job.
Oh, yeah.
I think I sent that to you guys too.
Yeah. Gavin sent it like, I don't know when he sent it.
Maybe
he sent it a while ago.
Kyle, though.
Yeah, I think he sent it to us. He sent it a bit ago.
Kyle.
But
hilarious.
It was a great mindset.
I was like, that sounds familiar. And I was like, oh yeah, I definitely sent that.
All right, so let's see. So I've got 2. So I'll play the sound and then I'll like read what it says. And I'll explain, I guess, what's in the video, but I don't know if you can see it. Oh, sorry, that might have been a little bit of a screech. But so, I don't know. I haven't watched this yet, and I kind of want to. It's that Squid Game. That's all over like Netflix. It's all over social media. And it's the guy who like in there's like that cookie that you like break apart to like try to make the shape, and it has to be like perfect. The caption says, "When you don't understand Korean," and he opens the box and just eats the cookie.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
I was like, "That's hilarious." Oh man. And then so this one I was just dying laughing. So I don't know if they still have this show, but they have that show like Wife Swap. I don't know if you remember they had it, and some of those kids were like fucking wild. So there is a viral. There's like two, well, I'd never seen this one until now. There's the one where there's the kid who like really likes his junk food, but this is like a little bit different, but same kind of vibe.
Kids, no more black clothes, but bright and clean.
If you're gonna make us wear bright little clothes, all like the soft flowers and sausages, we can wear the clothes we want to. If you're gonna make us wear light clothes, I'm gonna wear a shirt that says Santa like that.
Damn.
So I think the funniest part of that is like, I like how you're out here talking like everything's all flowers and sausages. I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
Flowers and sausages.
He's like, and then if you're gonna make me not wear black, because it's like this little kid, I know,
Yeah, with the mohawk.
With the mohawk, and he's like, then I'm gonna wear a shirt that says "Fuck you, Sharon." I'm like, that's hilarious. Like some of these kids are just honestly just fucking wild, and the fact that I feel like they can talk like that is just crazy. But it cracks me up. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that's true.
It's great.
That show is hilarious.
Oh,
a little bit
dude.
sexist, but hilarious.
Yeah, some of the content that came out of it, like just looking at it now, like I'm not saying I'd watch the show by any means now, but it's one of those things where like some of these clips that come from it is just gold.
Yeah.
It's most of the time just kids being fucking nuts. Okay, so in terms of the next segment, Ask Us Anything, we've got one question this week from Gavin. So question for this week: if you could have any car, what car would you have?
So yeah, I always think about this of like, because I feel like people ask this question before to me, but like I always go back and forth between like utility or like just like having a nice car, you know, like just having a fancy car. But I think if I was choosing utility, probably just like a souped up truck, like a Toyota Tacoma truck would be like lit. Sounds good. Or if I could actually get one from a dealer that's not trying to fuck me over, that'd be nice too. But if I'm just going with like all out baller status, probably just an Aston Martin, like James Bond themed.
That'd be sick.
That'd be pretty nice.
Sick. I don't know. I think my immediate thought might be kind of basic, but I would love a Tesla. Like
Toyota
a Tesla. Yeah, Toyota. Give me a Honda Civic. No, it'd definitely be a Tesla. Like I feel like it'd just be so cool. Such a sleek car, but it's also like super efficient, obviously good for the environment, all that fun stuff. And it's also then like very cost effective because you're not spending out the ass on gas all the time. So like the only thing that I would say is a drawback, and who knows, maybe this isn't something I'd even have to be concerned about. I'm not exactly sure how the charging works. Like if you wanted to do road trips, like I don't know how that would work because it's like, what if you don't have a charging station?
Yeah, you have to like kind of plan your routes where there
exactly. So like that'd be the only part that becomes a little bit annoying. But I mean,
they are really cool though. We just rode in one to the airport as a Uber the other day, and it was a lot of fun.
Did you really? Damn.
Yeah. The guy was doing all sorts of like tricks for us. It was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, he probably does. Oh dude, that would honestly be awesome. As you're an Uber driver, you'd be like, everyone's gonna be coming in the Tesla like, dude, you have a fucking Tesla, like this is sick. And he's probably getting tipped like crazy because it's like he's showing all these cool gadgets and things that he can do in the Tesla that people are just like, oh my god, this is insane. And honestly, what he could do, not saying he should do this, and truthfully, if I was a passenger, I don't know how safe I'd feel about it, but he could do the auto drive. He's like,
he did. Yeah, he showed us.
Did he do it? See, if he did it, how long do you do it for? If he did it like briefly, I'd be like,
no, it's pretty wild. Pretty long. I think he used it whenever he was on the highway.
Well, that's pretty.
Which is pretty much the whole way to the airport.
Do you still have your hands up there or no?
He didn't need to.
Damn, that's so cool. Like just the concept of it. Just.
But I mean, like, to me, it freaks me out because like I can't grab the wheel if I feel unsafe. You know.
Well,
like,
that's the thing. Like,
if I was doing it, then I'd be like, lit. This is awesome. But like, since I'm in the passenger seat, I'm like,
oh, that's what I was saying. I was like,
grab the wheel.
Like, yeah, please grab
I don't give a shit. Cool, it looks cool. Grab the wheel.
Like if
I'm going
I'm
60 miles an hour here.
Like if I'm in the driver's seat, like you can kind of feel if something's happening. You can like stop it, grab the wheel, like you said. But that's where I was like, if I was in the passenger seat and I don't know the person and they're just fucking chilling there, it's like, well, I'd appreciate if you had your hands at 10 and 2, sir. Like, let's Yeah, I don't know but that would probably be my number one. But I don't think I've ever I don't know that I've ever sat in a Tesla. It's cool that you had for an Uber ride.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I like pulled up and I wasn't even like, I didn't look at it ahead of time. So I was like,
That's so
oh,
funny.
your Uber's arrived. And like it pulled up and I was like, what the I was like,
I hit
my
Uber
phone. I was
once,
like,
dude.
oh shoot. Did I hit the wrong button? I was
Riding
like,
in
oh,
fucking
no.
style. Yeah, no, it's like no, that's
I hit
actually
the
pretty
exotic.
yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. Cause like most of the time it's like, oh, it's a Toyota Camry with da whatever, and it's like, oh, it's a Tesla.
Yeah, I was
Here
like,
we
oh,
go.
sweet.
Ballin'. Okay. I think we can move on to our 5v5 of
Right.
months. So best months of the year. I believe I went first last week. So you get to start off with the best month of the year.
For sure. I think, and I talked with Jason, I was talking to Jason about this before we started. I'm going to go off my favorites. So,
Yeah, I
Sorry
think
to everyone,
that's the
because I
best
think-
way to do it.
because I think I probably do not share the same enthusiasm for other people, other months. But I say my favorite month of the year is July, just because I do appreciate the heat. I love summertime. I love the 4th of July. I love being on boats, beaches, outside having fun. So,
That's a solid month.
but I know everyone hates that month. So,
No, I think it's fucking sick. I was like, it's funny because like this one, like we were joking before, you don't really have to prep for it because there's only 12 options. So it's not like you have to like, rack
you
in
don't
my
have to
brain.
try to
like,
come up with anything.
oh, I forgot something. And I didn't really like prep in terms of like what is my number one because I was just gonna look and be like, oh, what is the best? But because I think I honestly might have chose July because I was really like, oh, dude, summer month would be pretty sick. But
Oh, there's two other good ones.
I know. But I don't know. Like, there's nothing going on in those months. I mean, it's nice because
Damn,
it's summertime.
savage, dude.
Well, I mean, okay, you have your birthday now, I guess, obviously. And actually, like two of my family members in June, so everyone's getting roasted. That's actually hilarious. Oh yeah, nothing important. I'm dying and laughing now thinking about that. I will go with. You know what? No, I will go with June because I feel like
That's
June,
a good one.
I feel like June. It's nice because like
You have the longest day of the year there.
yeah, you're the longest day of the year.
That's my
That's when
biggest
it's like
thing.
consistently warm because like sometimes in the beginning of May it can be a little cold, maybe some rain, all that stuff. But June is usually like pretty consistent, super nice out all the time. So I'd say June's my first pick.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I literally longest day of the year is the reason why I'm pretty surprised I didn't pick it, but just because of 4th of July, pretty much.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like the good vibes of July.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think my second one is actually going to be October,
That's a
just
good one.
because I do appreciate a good fall, but I feel like September isn't a good
It's not
fall.
quite fall yet.
And November is too cold. So like
Yeah.
October has a good mix of
Right.
both.
So my next pick will actually be November. And the reason being is it's
Okay.
like trash pick. No, I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But also like being a football fan, this is like peak football season. And like this is where like it's starting to feel like the holidays, like we were just talking earlier, like October is kind of crazy busy, but like November is usually when it starts kind of winding down a little bit. Everyone's like, oh, you got your Christmas bonus coming up, you got all that fun stuff. It's kind of like more mellow. Like November is pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah. My third one I'm actually going to choose would be March, just because
That's a good one.
I love like spring breaks, and I've always gone on like cool trips, usually during March, like
Mhm.
California, Hawaii, Daytona. Like, I don't know what it is, but that month to me just always is like, that's my vacation month. So,
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you didn't mention something because this is what I thought of with March, but you will also attest to this is you have March Madness.
oh, yeah.
Like that's huge
It's so funny because I feel like I'm always traveling during the beginning of March Madness.
because we've been going on trips, like literally.
Yeah,
like,
so like I'm
trips.
always like I always like am on my phone, like in my car or in like
I
on
know. We gotta-
like picking out my lineup and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
we gotta plan our trips more accordingly from now on and be like, we gotta allot time for actually like doing nothing but watching March Madness and then trip, or vice versa. We have trip and then watch March Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've definitely done that. Like, I mean, granted, I guess California we didn't miss March Madness,
Sure.
March Madness miss-offs.
I was just say that. Yeah.
Yeah. I will actually say, and this is where I feel like kind of pandering a little bit, but my next pick will be December. This is gonna be for all those like Nancy,
people.
I guarantee, is probably voting for me solely because I chose this, because isn't she the type of person who I saw her like share something on Instagram where it's like Michael Bublé is defrosting, and I've never like that's amazing.
It's pretty lucky because when we're going back to St. Louis Thanksgiving, we left all our Christmas stuff there, and so we haven't had an opportunity to go get our Christmas stuff yet. So we're actually gonna not be able to put any Christmas stuff up before Thanksgiving this year
As it
because we have to
should
go
be.
get it.
As it should be. There's a whole holiday in between. Like, this is the thing. I love, like I said, I love November. Thanksgiving is phenomenal, and I hate that people just like dismiss it as a holiday because they're like, oh, we're just gonna start putting Christmas stuff up. It's like there's a whole holiday in between. But yeah, I will say now that like I was shitting on Christmas a little bit, but like no lie, like obviously that's a good time too. Like, yeah, Christmas time, it's holidays, all that fun stuff. And then work is usually super, super chill. And there's also, it's kind of nice because like this is the time where like versus like maybe January or February when it's like winter and cold, it sucks and there's like nothing you really want to do outside. Like in December, if you want to go outside during the winter time, there's a shit ton of stuff you could do. Like so many different like Christmassy, like holiday type activities, things like that. So I'd say that's my next pick.
Nice. Yeah. It's funny during that conversation, I got lost on the train of thought of like, when is daylight savings? Is that this month?
I think
October.
so.
And it's fall back, spring forward, right? So like fall, it goes back in hours. So I always have trouble with this, but is that a good thing or a bad thing if it goes back? It's good, right? Because we gain an hour of sleep.
Yeah, so we're going to gain an hour of sleep, but it gets darker.
Earlier.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, just in general, everything gets darker.
Just my life gets darker, so. But yeah, I think that makes sense now. Yeah, because it goes back, so we'll have another hour. So like you get extra
go to 12,
sleep, go to 1, and it'll go back to 12.
Yes, you get extra sleep, but then like the days feel shorter because it gets darker earlier. And then on the flip end, in the spring, you lose an hour of sleep, but the days like it's like light by like 7.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure we're on the same page here. But yeah, so my fourth one is probably gonna have to be May, just because April showers bring May flowers. Nancy's birthday's in May, so maybe she'll pick me. But and then
true. You don't know how
it's like pick. Around, and I guess I'll have to wait to experience it. But I'm hoping just a preemptive forecast that the May around here in Colorado is a lot more fun than like the Mays everywhere else, because that's when like parks are opening up again, hiking, all this stuff like that. That's when like the ski season's officially over, like October to May, I think. So.
Okay. I think my next pick is actually going to be September, because it's like, do we roast September earlier? Why are you laughing at me?
My favorite is September because of the 11th.
Jesus Christ. That's not.
It's so bad, but that's why I like lower on my list. I was like, oh no.
Oh my God, that is not what I was going to say. I'm freaking crying. Holy shit. I was like, what happened? Oh my God. So the real reason why I picked it is it's nice because the weather's not like it's kind of in between fall, summer. So weather's usually pretty solid. Then it's the start of football season. I mentioned football season being mid-form. This is like, oh, football's back. It's great. Time for fantasy football drafts, things like that. And
Labor Day. Labor Day is a good day.
And that's September for you.
That's right. That's all that needs to be positive about that. I think I'm going to choose August as my last month, as Jason dies off camera.
I'm still fucking dying. Sorry.
Oh August, my last month, my birthday, another summer month. Can't go wrong.
I didn't know we were going to go that way. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, you took both of our birthday months.
Nabbed him.
I nabbed him. I might have to
You're
go
looking
for you
pretty.
now.
You're looking pretty cold over there. You got
I
all
know
the,
it's kind of
almost all the
shitty.
burrs.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, that actually is pretty crazy. You basically lock down 3 of the 4. Well, I guess May's not a summer month technically. You've got 2 of the 3 summer months, 2 of the 3 spring months, in October. You're probably gonna win. Mine's
Same.
like just
Well-rounded.
cold, dark, and yeah,
You got June, the longest sunny.
yeah. I guess. We're gonna hope for a lot of June birthday listeners. My next pick. I don't know. There's not really a good choice left. No offense to anyone who's born in January, February, April, but come on. Wait,
Get
hang
it
on.
together.
Wait, hang on. Actually, I want to. This is cheating. Is the Masters in April or May? Oh, boom, easy choice. Masters is in April. Okay.
And it's tax day, dude. Gotta love
Oh, fuck, dude.
that. I was waiting for you to pick April too. I had that one cocked and loaded, dude. I was like, oh yeah. Once he says April, gotta love fucking tax day.
Oh my god, I'm fucking dead. You're just like, I'm waiting for you to be like, you're just like looking for the worst. Like you probably had something lined up for every month. You're just like, this is the cell or not the celebration, but this is like the history of and it's just gonna be something horrific.
If you chose August, it'd be like the day Satan's born. My twin sister. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. Well, we can't.
No, it just happened. As soon as you it came down to those 3, I was like, he's probably gonna pick April because January and February fucking blow. And then once he picks April, I have to make it. I'm like, what's significant in April? I'm like tax day, and that's all I could think about. You might get a vote from Kyle.
Oh my god, my stomach hurts. I'm fucking crying. Oh my god, this has been a fucking hilarious 5v5. Who would have known best months? Well, what do we have left off? January, February? Not much to talk about there.
Yeah. President's Day, Martin Luther King. Oh man.
Oh my god. Oh
Valentine's
my god.
Day.
Yeah, that's Valentine's Day. And there's New Year's Day at the beginning of January.
That's the worst part.
New Year's Eve is fun, but it's the day after. It's like, fuck, dude, now the year starts.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my god.
Well, that about sums up 5v5.
I'm fucking
And the thing
dead.
is, we don't have any other honorable mentions because there's only 2. So we can go back over our list again. I'll go down mine here while Jason regains his
I gotta
composure.
regain my composure. Oh, man.
I had July, October, March, May, and August.
And I'm still laughing. I had June, November. I'm so fucking laughing, sorry. June, November, December, September, and April.
my month's anagram to Jolma. Jomma. Yours do not make sense.
Yeah, I know mine's just a fucking shit show. I should have gone for my name and just gone fucking right down the July.
Dude, that'd have
August,
been crazy. Oh my god. I
Did
just
you
thought
never
about that.
Did you never realize that?
Yeah.
No, I think the first time I realized that was like maybe elementary school where like maybe a teacher like listed them. I was like, oh my gosh, Jason. And it's like, yeah.
Where's my name?
No, I thought it was cool initially, and then now it's just like you always just remember. But yeah, July.
Never mind. For a second I thought all yours lined up on the quarters. So I was gonna be like, oh shit, but like your name has 5 letters, so that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, no, they're consecutive: July, August, September, October, November. But
Or July, April, September, October.
oh, I see what you're saying. That would have been wild.
Yeah, dude, you were really close. All you needed was October and you would have had it.
So close. Had been a
Thanks a lot,
corporate.
Tyler.
I've been a corporate dream.
Yeah, literally.
Right on the quarters. Oh my god, what a fucking 5v5.
That's right.
Oh god, that was hilarious.
All right. Well, that pretty much sums up our episode, looking into social media again, talking about our week. hopefully you guys enjoyed the laughs that we had and enjoyed learning about how much people make off Game of Thrones episodes, which would be nice if that was us, but unless it's not. So we encourage you guys again to, get involved and get engaged with us on our TikTok and our YouTube and Twitter accounts, anything really. Always looking for fun, and any submissions you guys do, we always, love to include. Any questions, again, love to answer those. The more, the merrier, and the more fun we can have. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you guys in the next one.